Have you ever wondered what makes a Rolls-Royce more than just a car? What turns it into the ultimate symbol of success? A moving masterpiece of engineering and art. Today, we're not just looking at a car brand. We're peeling back the layers of a legend. This is the story of Rolls-Royce, a tale of two brilliant minds, a relentless pursuit of perfection, and a journey through more than a century of history. It all begins not in a grand factory, but with a handshake. In 1904, at the Midland Hotel in Manchester, two very different men met for the first time. On one side, you had Henry Royce, a meticulous, work-obsessed engineer who had already built his own car because he was so disappointed with the ones available. He lived by a simple, yet profound motto: strive for perfection in everything you do. On the other side was Charles Rolls, a charismatic aristocrat, a daredevil aviator, and a successful London car salesman. Rolls was searching for a British-made car that could rival the best from continental Europe. He wanted a car that was reliable, powerful, and, above all, quiet. When Charles Rolls saw and drove Henry Royce's creation, the Royce 10 horsepower, he was astonished. He reportedly said, "I have met the greatest engineer in the world in that moment." A partnership was forged. Rolls agreed to sell every car that Royce could make, under one condition: they would bear the name Rolls-Royce. And just like that, the most famous hyphen in automotive history was born. Their first masterpiece, unveiled in 1906, was the Rolls-Royce 40/50ths of a horsepower. This car was so exceptionally quiet, smooth, and reliable that it was christened the Silver Ghost. One particular Silver Ghost famously completed a 15,000-mile reliability trial without a single involuntary stop. It cemented their reputation for building the best car in the world. This wasn't just a marketing slogan, it was a promise, proven through engineering excellence. The Silver Ghost ran for nearly 2 decades, a testament to its groundbreaking design. The brand's early success, however, was soon met with tragedy. In 1910, Charles Rolls, appassionate aviator, tragically died in a plane crash, becoming the first Briton to perish in a powered aircraft accident. The partnership was cut short, but the vision he shared with Henry Royce was already set in motion. Royce, driven by his relentless perfectionism, continued to lead the company's engineering efforts. When the First World War broke out, Rolls-Royce's destiny took a dramatic turn towards the sky. The government needed powerful and reliable engines for its aircraft. Royce and his team adapted their automotive engineering genius to create the Eagle engine. This V12 aero engine was a game-changer, powering many of the Allied aircraft that helped win the war. This marked the beginning of Rolls-Royce's legendary reputation in aviation, a legacy that is just as strong, if not stronger, than its automotive one today. After the war, the world entered the Roaring '20s, an age of opulence and extravagance. Rolls-Royce adapted, launching the Phantom series. The Phantom I, and later the Phantom II, were not sold as complete cars. Rolls-Royce provided the chassis and the mechanical components. Rolling chassis, and the wealthy buyer would then commission a bespoke body from a specialized coach builder. This meant that no two Phantoms were exactly alike. Each was a unique expression of its owner's taste and status, adorned with custom bodies from legendary firms like Barker, Moulin, and Parkward. This era truly defined Rolls-Royce as the ultimate luxury statement. It wasn't just about transportation, it was about arrival. Henry Royce, ever the perfectionist, oversaw every detail, famously working himself to the point of exhaustion. Even from his home in the south of France, he would scrutinize blueprints and send back detailed corrections, ensuring his standards were never compromised. As the world plunged into the Great Depression and then another world war, Rolls-Royce once again answered the call. The company's focus shifted back to the skies, producing one of the most iconic engines ever made. The Merlin. This legendary V12 engine powered the Hawker Hurricane and the Supermarine Spitfire, the fighters that defended Britain during the Battle of Britain. It also powered the Lancaster bomber. The Merlin engine is credited by many historians as a pivotal factor in the Allied victory. It was a masterpiece of power and reliability, born from the same engineering DNA as the Silver Ghost. After the war, Rolls-Royce resumed car production. But the world had changed. The era of custom coach building was fading. The company introduced its first complete car, the Silver Dawn, in 1949, with a factory-built steel body. This made the Rolls-Royce experience accessible to a slightly wider, yet still very exclusive, clientele. The post-war era saw the introduction of iconic models like the Silver Cloud in the 1950s, often called the most beautiful Rolls-Royce ever made, and the groundbreaking Silver Shadow in 1965. The Silver Shadow was a radical departure. It featured a monocoque chassis, a complex hydraulic self-leveling suspension system licensed from Citroën, and four-wheel disc brakes. ET was modern, incredibly comfortable, and became the best-selling Rolls-Royce of all time. However, the late 1960s brought unforeseen challenges. The company had invested heavily in developing a new, advanced jet engine, the RB211. Development costs spiraled out of control, pushing the entire company into bankruptcy in 1971. It was a national shock. The British government had to step in to save the strategically important Aero engine division. The car division was separated and floated as Rolls-Royce Motors in 1973. For the next 2 decades, Rolls-Royce Motors continued to produce prestigious cars like the Silver Spirit and Cornish, maintaining the brand's aura of handcrafted luxury. But by the late 1990s, the company was once again at a crossroads. It needed a major automotive partner with the resources to invest in future technology. This led to one of the most complex and fascinating business battles in automotive history. 2 German giants, BMW and Volkswagen, entered a bidding war for Rolls-Royce. In a confusing series of events, VW ended up owning the factory and the rights to the Spirit of Ecstasy mascot and the classic grille shape, while BMW, which had been a key engine supplier, secured the rights to the Rolls-Royce name and logo. After a tense negotiation, a unique deal was struck. From 1998 to 2002, VW would build the cars, with engines supplied by BMW. Then, from January 1st, 2003, BMW would take full control of the Rolls-Royce car brand, establishing a brand new headquarters and factory on the Goodwood estate in Sussex, England. Under BMW's ownership, Rolls-Royce has experienced a spectacular renaissance. The first car from this new era, the Phantom 7, was launched in 2003 and was a statement of intent. It was huge, imposing, and unapologetically luxurious, blending traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. It brought back features like the coach doors, or suicide doors, and the iconic Spirit of Ecstasy mascot that retracts into the grille. Since then, the lineup has expanded with models like the Ghost, the Wraith Coupe, the Dawn Convertible, and even an SUV, the Colina. Each vehicle is still hand-built to an extraordinary standard at Goodwood. The bespoke program allows customers to personalize virtually every aspect of their car, from custom paint colors matched to a favorite lipstick to intricate embroidery on the seats to the famous Starlight headliner, which uses fiber optics to replicate a starry night sky of the owner's choosing. Today, Rolls-Royce stands as a symbol of enduring excellence. It survived the loss of its founders to world wars, bankruptcy, and a corporate tug-of-war. Through it all, the guiding principle laid down by Henry Royce over a century ago has remained. Take the best that exists and make it better. From the quiet perfection of the Silver Ghost to the technological marvels of the modern Phantom, that spirit lives on. It's not just a car. It's a legacy on wheels. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through the history of Rolls-Royce. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into automotive history. Let me know in the comments which legendary brand you'd like to see us cover next. Until then, drive safe and dream big.